Hey there, folks. If you want to stay ahead of the storm and get the latest updates, make sure you follow Sky Alert USA. Don't forget to support us by subscribing, liking, and leaving your comments. We appreciate you being part of our weather-watching community. Major winter storm strikes North America. Bomb cyclone brings catastrophic conditions to USA and Canada. December 29th, 2025. Weather alert report. Breaking intense winter storm impacts millions. Good evening, weather watchers, and welcome to Sky Alert USA. Today, December 29th, 2025, we are tracking one of the most significant winter weather events of the holiday season, as a powerful bomb cyclone tears across the United States and Canada, bringing catastrophic conditions to millions of residents from the Great Plains to the Atlantic coast. The National Weather Service has issued critical alerts affecting over 40 million Americans, with blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings, and high wind alerts covering vast regions across the northern tier of the country. This is a rapidly evolving weather situation that demands immediate attention and preparation from all residents in affected areas. Current weather crisis. The bomb cyclone phenomenon. At the heart of today's weather emergency is what meteorologists call a bomb cyclone or bombogenesis. This rare and dangerous weather phenomenon occurs when atmospheric pressure drops rapidly by at least 24 millibars within 24 hours, creating an explosively intensifying storm system. The current system has undergone this dramatic intensification as frigid Arctic air from Canada clashes violently with unseasonably warm air that has been lingering across the southern and central United States for several days. The low-pressure system, which began developing over the mid-Mississippi Valley, has created a perfect storm of hazardous conditions. Nearly 10 million people are currently under winter storm warnings, almost 3 million are under blizzard warnings, and more than 32 million Americans are affected by winter weather advisories as of this morning. These numbers are expected to climb as the storm system continues its eastward march. Midwest and Great Lakes life-threatening conditions. The upper Midwest and Great Lakes regions are bearing the brunt of this powerful storm system. States including Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin are experiencing some of the most severe conditions, with blizzard warnings remaining in effect through early Monday morning. In Minnesota, meteorologists are warning of potentially life-threatening travel conditions through Monday morning. The Twin Cities could see up to 10 inches of snow accumulation. But the real danger comes from the combination of heavy snowfall and powerful winds, gusting between 40 and 60 miles per hour. These conditions are creating near whiteout visibility, making travel extremely dangerous or impossible in many areas. The situation in Iowa is equally dire. The National Weather Service office in Des Moines has strongly discouraged all travel, warning that dangerous conditions are expected for the next 24 hours. Blowing snow is leading to whiteout conditions across northern Iowa, with major highways including Interstate 35 completely closed from Ames to the Minnesota border. The Iowa Department of Transportation has listed I-35 in Minnesota as travel not advised, a rare designation that underscores the severity of the situation. Michigan is facing catastrophic snowfall, particularly in the Upper Peninsula. The National Weather Service office in Marquette has warned of very difficult to impossible travel conditions, with blizzard conditions resulting in near-zero visibility at times. Heavy accumulations of 6 to 12 inches are expected across east-central Minnesota to northern Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan over the next 24 hours. Some isolated areas could see even higher totals. The Great Lakes themselves are contributing to the dangerous conditions through lake-effect snow. The south shore of Lake Superior could see snowfall amounts exceeding 2 feet, combined with whiteout conditions at the height of the storm. This lake-effect snow will continue to impact regions downwind of the Great Lakes through the end of the week, with some areas of upstate New York potentially receiving 1 to 2 feet of additional snow through Friday. Northeast freezing rain and dangerous ice. While the Midwest grapples with heavy snow and blizzard conditions, the Northeast faces a different but equally dangerous threat: freezing rain and ice accumulation. Northern New England is experiencing a mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain that began early Monday morning. Ice accumulation of up to 1/10 of an inch is possible in areas that have already received snow from weekend storms. New York State remains under a state of emergency, declared by Governor Kathy Hochul, following a post-Christmas storm that delivered 4.3 inches of snow to Central Park on Saturday. This was the first snowfall greater than 4 inches in New York City since January 2022. Now, the city and surrounding areas face additional challenges as the current storm system passes through. The National Weather Service office in Buffalo has issued high wind warnings, with damaging winds expected to reach up to 70 miles per hour. These powerful gusts, combined with lake-effect snow, will create blowing and drifting snow with very poor visibility, particularly in snow bands by Monday evening. Winter storm warnings are in effect through Monday across parts of Massachusetts, including Boston and surrounding areas, as well as upstate New York, near Albany. A forthcoming winter storm warning is set to take effect Monday in Buffalo and remain active through Friday morning, indicating that this weather event will have long-lasting impacts well beyond the initial storm passage. Canada. Severe winter conditions nationwide. Our neighbours to the north are facing their own severe winter weather crisis. Environment Canada has issued approximately 20 weather warnings across the country, affecting communities from coast to coast. The weather agency forecasts snowfall, blizzards, freezing rain, and dangerously cold temperatures from the Pacific to the Atlantic. Ontario is experiencing particularly severe conditions. About half of the province is under active weather alerts, including a mix of freezing rain warnings, winter storm warnings, snow squall warnings, and rainfall warnings across central, eastern, and southern regions. Some areas, including Sault Ste. Marie and Kirkland Lake, face orange winter storm warnings with up to 40 centimetres or about 16 inches of snow possible. Sudbury and Manitoulin Island could receive snowfall accumulations reaching up to 20 centimetres. That's about 8 inches. Eastern Ontario and southwestern Quebec are under freezing rain warnings, with major cities including Montreal, Longueuil, Lac-Mégantic and Mont-Laurier facing orange warnings. These areas could see 5 to 15 millimetres of ice pellet and freezing rain precipitation starting Sunday night, creating extremely hazardous travel conditions. Toronto faces rainfall amounts of 20 to 30 millimetres this evening, with fog patches developing and wind gusts reaching 60 kilometres per hour before switching to snow and much colder conditions. Newfoundland and Labrador continue to battle heavy snow and high winds, with multiple areas remaining under weather warnings. The Atlantic provinces are seeing a continuation of stormy conditions that have persisted through the holiday weekend. The Canadian southern prairies are experiencing a transition from early week sunshine to flurries later in the week. Wind threat, widespread destructive potential. One of the most underestimated aspects of this storm system is the extreme wind threat. More than 50 million Americans are under wind alerts as of Sunday afternoon, a number that has more than doubled since morning. States stretching from Texas all the way through Pennsylvania, New Jersey and western New York could see wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour. These powerful winds pose significant risks, including power outages affecting hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses due to downed power lines and damaged electrical infrastructure. Tree damage and falling limbs particularly dangerous given that many trees still carry snow and ice loads from previous storms. Structural damage to buildings, especially unsecured outdoor items, becoming dangerous projectiles. Near impossible driving conditions, especially for high-profile vehicles like trucks, RVs, and vehicles towing trailers. The National Weather Service has warned of widespread blustery winds to locally damaging winds across affected regions over the next 48 hours. Combined with heavy snow and ice, these winds create a particularly dangerous situation that has forecasters deeply concerned. Severe weather tornadoes in December. In a remarkable twist, the collision of Arctic air with unseasonably warm southern air masses has created conditions favorable for severe thunderstorms and even tornadoes. Tornado warnings were issued in central Illinois on Sunday, with search and rescue operations underway in Mount Zion, Illinois, following reported damage from a suspected tornado. A 14-vehicle pileup was also reported in the region due to storm conditions. Tornado watches were issued for parts of Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky and Missouri until 8 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. The National Weather Service warned that, quote, "A couple of tornadoes and damaging wind gusts are possible with some of these storms in the Ohio Valley, owing to the unusually warm and moist prefrontal air mass in place." This severe weather threat affects areas from the Arklatex region through the Midwest, followed by the Ohio and Tennessee valleys and into the Deep South. Travel catastrophe. Holiday chaos. The timing of this storm system could hardly be worse, coinciding with one of the busiest travel periods of the year. More than 109 million people are traveling by car during the Christmas and New Year's period, according to AAA, representing a 2% increase from last year. Additionally, a record 8.03 million Americans are flying domestically this holiday season. The impact on air travel has been devastating. More than 10,000 flights into or out of the United States were delayed late Sunday, with over 700 cancellations reported. Since Friday, at least 4,400 flights have been cancelled across the US, with thousands more experiencing delays. A ground stop was issued at Chicago O'Hare International Airport Sunday evening due to thunderstorms, stranding countless passengers during the crucial return travel window. Highway travel is equally treacherous. Long stretches of Interstate 35 remain closed, and numerous other major highways across the Midwest and Northeast are experiencing whiteout conditions. Transportation departments across multiple states are advising against all but essential travel. A rare and serious warning that really underscores the dangerous conditions. 3-day forecast. What to expect. Monday, December 30th, 2025. The worst conditions will persist through Monday as the bomb cyclone continues tracking eastward. Blizzard conditions will gradually diminish across the upper Midwest, but dangerous lake effect snow will intensify downwind of the Great Lakes. Buffalo and other areas near Lake Erie and Lake Ontario should prepare for heavy snow bands with accumulations of several inches possible. Arctic air will plunge southward behind the system, bringing a dramatic temperature drop. Areas that experience record warmth over Christmas will see temperatures plummet 20 to 30 degrees below average. Wind chills will create life-threatening cold conditions across the northern plains and upper Midwest, with values dropping as low as -20 to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. Tuesday, December 31st, 2025, that's New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve will remain cold and blustery across much of the northern tier. Lake-effect snow will continue to pile up across portions of Michigan, Wisconsin, and especially upstate New York, where 1 to 2 feet of additional accumulation is possible through Thursday. The northeast will see relatively dry conditions, but temperatures will remain well below normal. The west coast will begin to see changes as a new Pacific storm system approaches, bringing the first hints of rain and mountain snow to California, Oregon, and Washington. The central and southeastern United States should see quiet weather, with temperatures moderating slightly but remaining cool. Wednesday, January 1st, 2026, New Year's Day. New Year's Day forecasts suggest relatively dry and seasonable conditions across the east, allowing for recovery from the weekend's winter storm chaos. Lake-effect snow will persist across the Great Lakes region, but with gradually diminishing intensity. The west coast will see an active pattern return, with rain developing across California and mountain snow in the Sierra Nevada and Cascades. This precipitation is welcome news for drought-affected areas. Temperatures will begin a slow, moderating trend across the eastern United States, though conditions will remain colder than average. Canada will continue to experience frigid conditions with ongoing snow in many regions. Emergency preparedness and safety. Given the severity and widespread nature of this weather event, here are critical safety measures everyone in affected areas should take immediately. First off, travel safety. Avoid all non-essential travel in areas under winter storm or blizzard warnings. If you must travel, make sure your vehicle has a full tank of gas, emergency supplies including blankets, water, non-perishable food, a flashlight, a first aid kit, and a phone charger. Let someone know your route and your expected arrival time. Now, for home preparedness, stock up on essential supplies including food, water, medications, and batteries. Charge all electronic devices and have backup power options if possible. Clear gutters and downspouts to prevent ice dams. Bring pets indoors and ensure outdoor animals have adequate shelter. When it comes to power outage planning, have flashlights and extra batteries ready. Avoid candles due to fire risk. Keep refrigerator and freezer doors closed to maintain cold temperatures. Never use generators, grills, or other gas-powered equipment indoors because of carbon monoxide risk. For cold weather health, dress in layers if you have to go outside. Watch for signs of frostbite and hypothermia. Check on elderly neighbors and those who may need assistance. And finally, keep heating sources clear of flammable materials. Long-range outlook. Looking beyond the immediate crisis, the weather pattern suggests that cold conditions will persist across much of North America into early January. An amplified upper-level pattern is expected, with an upper ridge over the west coast and a broad trough east of the Mississippi River. This setup will maintain below-average temperatures from the northern plains through the northeast, while allowing Pacific storm systems to affect the west coast periodically. More than 230 million Americans can expect below-average temperatures through the first week of the new year. Conclusion. This December 29th storm system represents one of the most significant winter weather events of the 2025 to 2026 season. The combination of heavy snow, blizzard conditions, freezing rain, extreme winds, and severe thunderstorms affecting such a wide geographic area simultaneously is, well, remarkable and dangerous. The bomb cyclone phenomenon that has driven this system's rapid intensification has created life-threatening conditions across multiple states and Canadian provinces. Everyone in affected areas must take this weather event seriously. Listen to local authorities, heed all warnings and advisories, avoid travel unless absolutely necessary, and make sure you have adequate supplies and emergency preparations in place. This is not the time to take chances or underestimate Mother Nature's power. Stay tuned to Sky Alert USA for continuous updates as this historic weather event unfolds. We will be monitoring conditions around the clock and bringing you the latest information, forecasts, and safety guidance. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay warm, North America. This is Sky Alert USA, your trusted source for severe weather coverage. Current alert status: 10 million under winter storm warnings, 3 million under blizzard warnings, 32 million under winter weather advisories, over 50 million under wind alerts, and more than 20 weather warnings active across Canada. Remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. When blizzards blow, don't go. Report compiled December 29th, 2025, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.